Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Heard 37. So we're flying the DC-8. It's actually been a couple weeks since I've flown, trying to get some of these videos out and doing other things. But we have a flight right here. This is New Orleans to Freeport in the Bahamas. It's a short flight. I kind of like doing the short flights because I'm worried about the fuel configuration, to be quite honest. And heck, it pays almost 150 grand, so it's not that bad, really. Alright. See which DC-8. I had people take them last night to places where we had bases. So we got one up in Boston and here, the one in New Orleans. Alright, just traveling over there. Air Hauler CDs. 629 miles is all we've got in the tank. So let's put a... I want to go for I'll put it right there, 1,035. Do a day flight. And I do have US cities, New Orleans, but I'm not going to use it. I really don't even like those anymore. It's just like a big old square most of the time. And I just really, not really into it. So I didn't put it on. Plus I would just have to uninstall it when we're not flying there anymore. We do have, there's a heavy. I thought I saw a heavy there. I'm surprised there's only one heavy at New Orleans. I mean, that's their large airport there. I'm surprised about that. Alright, but let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. I do not have World of AI installed again. I had to reinstall my entire computer, so I don't have that installed. You actually see more planes, probably because I don't have World of AI installed. I never had all of the packages anyway. There's so many of them, and I don't understand why you have to download them one by one. Why they don't just have you download them all in one package, but that's the way they do it. Alright, so I want to get my external power. So I'm going to find it again. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. There we go. External power. Just make sure we got it. Yeah, we do. Alright. I'm going to turn the beacon on. I don't remember if we have a nav. I believe this is the strobe, but yeah. I'm going to go ahead and set up the FMC first before we get her started up and everything. Alright, so our company route is KMSY. And Freeport MYGF. Alright, activate that, execute. Let's go up to departures. There's no SID and no star. We're going to be departing on runway 10, so I guess that would actually be 11. And we'll be arriving, runway 6 has the ILS. Alright. Actually, let me do it another way. I almost forgot. We have it. We should put it in this way, because this will have all of our waypoints, or at least it should have all of our waypoints. There we go, KMSY, MYGF, activate, execute. Now we'll say runway 11 and runway 6. Let's see if it's got everything in here. And we'll run through it in here in just a second. Here we go. Performance initialization. Reserves will say 5%. Cruise altitude, we're going to go to 33,000. Although we may not... We'll probably get that high. Like I said, it's a short flight, obviously, so I'm not sure. Alright. Let's jump up here. Can't get that to pop out, but we can still go through it. Alright, there's MYGF, so that looks good. I remember last time it was, we had something screwy, and I'm not sure what that was exactly. Alright, back to map. For that, Alright, so with all that, we're basically ready to go ahead and push back. Let me set up the fuel. Actually have it so written down exactly how this is supposed to be set up. Alright, this needs to be at the top, that needs to be at the top, top and bottom, top, bottom, bottom, mid. Alright, so that's good. So I don't know, is there an APU? Because I don't even see anything about the APU. By the way, this should be... Technically, I guess we shouldn't have really had power, I don't know. And I don't mess with this, because for some reason I can't get it to work. I want to read exactly what that says. I believe it's the two yellow ones that we always mess with. The hydraulic power shut off so they're on. So the ailerons and rudder. I'm not sure about this one. I think that one's fine. Yeah, it's at normal right there. Alright. So I'll go ahead and hit Control E. We'll start her up that way. Come down here. Autopilot servos. And we can set up our heading. The heading of the runway is, I believe it's 105. There you go, 105. I believe that's 105. Yes, 105. Alright. Pitot heat. Go ahead and look at our autopilot here. Alright, so nav aux. Get rid of the external power. Go over on the battery. Alright, engine 4 is the last one. Saw something illuminate. Bus power fail. We're on the AC/DC tie. As soon as generator 4 comes on with it, there we go, that's why. I'm gonna put it on Gen 4. Okay, so the runway, I'm guessing this is this one right here. So parking brake is off, we'll start our pushback. But it takes a little while for this pushback. I can't remember if it has its own pushback or not. I was looking at this, attendant call, mechanic call. No push to now, so I guess not. Alright. Be off to Freeport. Well, this plane, I'm always kind of hesitant to fly this plane. It's just so crazy to me. I can't believe... That's another one thing about Just Flight, is their planes don't always get some great frame rate. I mean, this is a stock airport, and look at it. 17, 18, 16, now it's up to 20. I have everything set at very dense. Okay, this thing needs to be stopped. Gotta get the taxi lights on. Alright, taxi lights are on. So my view already changed so much that I don't see the yoke, and we're over to the left. That's so crazy. All we've done is push back, and you can see the view's already changed and won't go back to normal. There we are with that again. I remember that. I had I think 2 different runways, but I think one of them's like, I think the next longest one was 7,000. I wasn't quite sure if that would be long enough, so I'm just going to stick with this one. Let me check. Alright, so I think right there we should be right on the center line. Yeah, pretty much. The thing is, I got to change my view every time to get there. Taxiing a little quick. We've got a freaking vehicle. go around him. Hey buddy, going straight down the taxiway. We don't use ATC, so they don't know that we're there. There's another plane taking off. Can't see anyone down there, but yeah, they're taking off. Not sure you should really be able to hear their engine sounds that well over ours. Okay, but we will see more traffic since I don't have a World of AI. Like I said, I don't know why they make you download each package individually. Why don't you just make one big package? I don't understand it. I was doing that last week. I downloaded a bunch of them. There's a ton of them too. That's the whole thing. And I even started downloading some of the minor companies, the minor airlines, just because that'll give us more traffic. Just from all over the world. Then we might actually have to turn traffic down a little bit. I think those houses are really there. Any of them. I don't think you'd want to live next to an international big airport. Alright, I think we're almost there. There's one or two more taxiways. We'll just take the next one. We don't need the full 10,000 feet or anything. It sounds like there's somebody right next to us. Here's something odd. They can't be, not as fast as we taxi. I don't know what that was. Alright. Slow her down a little bit. Now those brakes slow down way too good. Go out far enough. Alright. Need to pause it for 1 second and change something. I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, I'm back. About ready to get on the runway. Let's go ahead and we'll turn the strobe on. Turn these to landing. Let's check something here. We've got everything on. Those lights do work. Alright. Set the flaps. I think we gotta go 2 notches. Yeah, puts them to 18. Just so that's ready. Go ahead and get on the runway. I'm not blaring the engines like that. I don't quite understand. It's just too sensitive, I guess. I might just move it a little bit. The sound starts maybe a little too soon, blaring like that. You can see how slow we're actually going. And then they say they're going around. Everybody's been taken off this way, but you want to land the opposite. It's fantastic. I'll let him get out of the way a little bit. Here we go. Alright, stabilizing. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. 100. There's 140. We'll go ahead and rotate. plane is so light, she can get up slow speeds. Alright, positive rate. Gears coming up. I'm going to pull back on the thrust a little bit. We're climbing at 3,500 feet and she's still accelerating. Pull back on the thrust a little bit more. I'd like to see if I can climb around 3,000, 2,500 would be good. You see we're already up to 242. Right there is good. Let's head on over to the right. Pull back on the thrust a little bit more. But I want to get up near 250 already. I'll probably go ahead and turn on the autopilot. She should go on track. Man, it kind of looks kind of jagged out there. Yeah, 15. That's probably because the city of New Orleans is right under us, though. Alright, hold the steady there at 235. That's good. I wish you would just stay just like this. That's not what I wanted to do, actually. That's right, you can't really turn off the taxi light because the taxi is a three-way switch. Now see, it's not turning, it's showing with the heading that it needs to go over to the right. She just isn't doing it. I'll go ahead and retract the flaps. I wish we could see downtown New Orleans a little bit better. See, our speed's getting up as our nose comes down. See, it's like it's showing it wants to go over to the right, but it just isn't doing it. There it goes. I'm not sure if it was just waiting a while or if it was because I clicked that off and then put it back on Oxnab. You can see Fatso is next on both, so that looks good. Trying to climb a little bit more. Like I said, I can't get this thing to work for anything. Vertical speed. $1,800, but it's not going to work. That's the... She's working right now, unless she was just going by it. Should have turned the flight director on. Wow, she's holding right there at 1,800. Let's see if she continues to hold, though. I'm not even going to pull the thrust down. I know we're speeding, but still don't have total control of this plane yet. So if it's working, it's working. But it's not to mess with it. I'm surprised it's staying there. I don't know if it seems like it's coming down a little bit now. For the most part, it's staying there. I'm very happy about that. Because the pitch is the hardest thing that I've had to control. And we're following along the nav, so that's excellent as well. Alright, we crossed 10,000 feet. Now we can go up here and turn these off. What is this one, by the way? Nose light, alright. Off and retracted. Oh man, she's staying right there, finally! This is like, I'm so happy right now. Let's increase the thrust, we're slowing down. I'm just worried that if I do it too quickly, it's going to mess up with the pitch and put us nose up again. Try to not let that happen. Yeah, we'll be heading over the bay. We're going to go over Florida, the state of Florida. Now see, it's a little over 2,000 feet a minute since we increased the thrust, and it's still going. And yet we're accelerating. It's kind of funny to me. I'll pull back on the thrust a little bit. Like I say, I don't understand why I shouldn't have messed with the thrust, I guess, but we were slowing down a little bit. Alright, everybody. With that, I think we can go ahead and speed it up for a little while, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I just slowed it down. Man, everything has worked so much better this time. It's been amazing. I noticed one thing, that was on the whole time, the altitude hold. Now I've been leaving that off, and then when I get to the altitude, I flip that on because to me it's altitude hold, that's what you would think. But that's been on as we were ascending and descending, and it has been keeping it right where we want it, so that's been great. We did lose our nav one time. I think it's because it was 4X, and I think if it isn't pointed close enough, it will basically not follow it. So I disconnected it, reconnected it, and it went right back to it, so I'm very happy. The glide slope, as you can see, is just below us. Not too bad though, and we're below 250 on our speed. Make sure that this is normal. So we need our landing lights on. Alright. We're coming right back up on it now, so we need to stop descending so quick. Put it at 1,200 feet a minute. Let's check the map here. Need our ILS code. I can't remember if it's like 109.7, something like that. I should have written it down. Bahamas, we have 109.7. Seems like we're descending so quick. Let's change this. Oops. 109.7. There we go. 109.7. And this ends in basically 12 miles. Right there. I'm not sure exactly how far that is from the actual airport. By the way, we're not on the glide slope. Or the glide slope isn't showing itself anymore. That's kind of worrisome. That one says it's 1,600 feet. Or yes, it is. It's right. We're way above it. It is actually there. We need to slow way down though, as well. Hard to slow down when you gotta pitch the plane so far down, but we were doing other things, so I kind of lost track of it. Slowly coming back up. We're coming up on what's at 6,000 feet. I really want to try and get on that glide slope so we can try and use the ILS. As you can see, it's right there. Let's go for this. Need a co-pilot. Alright, so it's on ILS. Come back. Alright, it is tracking that. We need to get down. That thing said 1,600 feet and a little under 5 miles. Put out 1 notch of flaps. We need the drag bad. Man, that thing really dropped on us when we weren't paying attention. Oh my god, there's the airport right there. Dropping the gear, 2 notches of flaps. Autopilot's coming off. Speed's coming down quickly, which is great. Probably coming down faster than it really should be. I don't think that ILS was really on track there either, by the way. Alright, look at that speed coming down. Really want to be around 140 or so when we land. Alright, we're coming back up on the glide slope. Good thing we ended autopilot there. Set everything up, make sure we're at normal speed as well. We're actually a little low now. Alright, we're at full flaps, so I'm going to increase the thrust because we need to get up a little bit. There we go. Bring it back a little bit and get down. Increase my speed just a little bit. We can probably land right around 130. So that's, I think, the range we want to keep, around 130, 140. 140 being the quickest. We took off at 140, so I mean, it should be less than that. My speed dropping too much. $135. I'm kind of aiming for 130. We might start cutting the thrust as we get down. Everything feels good right now. I feel like we're about to get high. Now I feel like we're about low. Middle marker. That seat. It always happens. Even in this plane, apparently. A little much on the thrust there at the end. Don't even really need the reverse thrust. It says it was an okay landing. I mean, we land so slow. Alright, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. I got a little high at the end. It happens a lot. It really sucks because we were making a beautiful approach. Everything was very good. I think, if our memory serves me correct, we've been here many a times. Yeah, the buildings are down to the left. Yeah, we've actually been to Freeport and Nassau, maybe even, a bunch of times. I know we've been to Freeport a bunch of times. Because I remember we brought the 777 in here a couple times, I think. Wow, my views are so off. Alright, let's stop right here. Take care of everything. I'm really happy with this flight. This plane is working a lot better. We're finding out a lot about the plane, and I really do like it. Retract those. And strobe can come off as well. But I'm liking the plane a lot more. I mean, it's, like I say, it's working. That makes a huge difference, obviously. Come on, girl. That's what I don't like. There's no spooling up or anything. It's just... it's like immediate power and too much of what you're asking for. It sounds like I'm gunning the engines to me, but I'm not. Get this little lined up a little better. There we go. Hard to get this thing lined up for me. Yeah, but I'll watch the replay, and I think it wasn't a great landing. It wasn't bad. I'm sure we went long, but I mean, we got, like I said, we got up high, as you can see, which is a shame because we were making such a great approach. I do have a bit of a history of butchering it right at the end. It always feels like we get a little extra altitude right at the end, like something balloons us up almost. I still haven't figured that one out. Usually I would tend to pitch it down right and dive towards the ground, but I don't do that anymore, and I think that's a big help as well. the way. We're not going over to the gates. We're a cargo plane. Could have gone to the gates. We're going over to this parking area right over here. Calm down, plane. This engine just fire up and just like, no. Not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm really psyched about this. This plane was working well. Everything worked well, and when something went wrong, for just a second, I fixed it easily. Reset that. Fantastic. Park and brake. Pick up the fuel. I can't tell if that's off or not. Okay, I think that is off. So we didn't have the taxi light on, apparently. I think it was off. Awkward. Awkward how to do that. Don't really need to do all this. Alright. Because I gotta start her back up to do the replay of the landing. But, alright, we'll go over to air hauler and get paid. Alright, here we are. We'll go ahead and unload her and get paid. Nice. If I could just figure out the TriStar, I'd be happy. Figure out the fuel configuration. I still need to work on that. I was editing some videos last night, and that was one thing I was editing actually the first DC-8 flight. Because I haven't uploaded any of these yet. So we got 2 or 3 more to... Actually, I think the next one might be the first DC-8. The next one that I upload. And I was watching that, and I kept talking about, you know, the fuel configuration. That's what I don't understand. I need to work on that. And I was like, yes, I do need it. I really haven't. I had working on other stuff. Man, I really wish that was... Instead of being at West End, I really wish it was here at Freeport. Because it's just a little ways away, but I really don't have time to do that and then fly it. In real life, so real life, obviously. Oh, that's the one I think we'll do next. Because I can do that tomorrow. Puerto Plata. We might actually have scenery for that. We've been there before, but I was looking. I think I might have... I don't know, maybe we have some freeware or some cheapo scenery or something. I can't remember, so I'm not going to say that we absolutely do. You see, because I don't think we have anyone else, but it does make sense to have anyone fly it over there and have me fly it, because it's just, this one to Puerto Plata is probably paying almost as much. I'm going to check it here once air hauler's done. $319,000. It pays more, so yeah, I don't want to move over. Sweet. So that'll probably be the next episode. It's almost twice as much cargo capacity, but we don't carry much fuel, so that's actually a little bit shorter than the one we just did. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this plane after this episode. That everything worked well, so I'm really happy about that. And so that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I will catch you guys on the next flight.